One day while on a day trip, Sandra and I was visiting the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge in Catawba County. We noticed a peculiar looking symbol with a sign that read Carolina Thread Trail just underneath it. Now, being an avid hiker, I looked into it and learned that it was a regional network of connected greenways, trailways, and blueways that reaches 15 counties in 2 states, and that it was still growing with new trails being added. I had always wanted Sandra to hike with me and thought that this may be just the thing, so after looking at the website, we both set out to complete every single thread trail. So grab your gear and come along with us as we set out to hike or paddle every thread trail and learn with us about the history, the geology, and people of these areas. I'm sure there will never be a dull moment. God, look at this. I thought there was a rock behind me. Looks like this might be bear tracks. The Hector H. Henry II Greenway Trail, this is going to be the Weddington Road segment, is located near Concord Mills Shopping Mall and connects the Dog Park and Fire Station 11 with the Embassy Suites. The 1-mile paved trail provides a safe walking and biking path along Weddington Road and connects with various sidewalks. It begins in a forested area behind the dog park, runs alongside the road, and then crosses a wetland before ending at the Embassy Suites. The Greenway is marked by flags and painted stencils and provides access to shopping areas and restaurants. This segment of Greenway will be part of the City of Concord's longest Greenway project and is named in honor of Council Member Hector H. Henry II. This Hector H. Henry II Greenway will be established alongside the Rocky River. This area along the Rocky River is considered part of the spine of the eastern footprint of the Carolina Thread Trail and will ultimately connect Iredell, Mecklenburg, Cabarrus, Stanley, and Anson counties. The segment in Concord will pass a number of destination points including local public schools, Concord Paget Regional Airport, Concord Mills, Concord Convention Center, Rocky River Golf Course, ZMAX Dragway, and Charlotte Motor Speedway. The hours of operation is dawn to dusk. All right, I'm going to try to give you an overview without confusing you too much. This is quite a hike, I will say that. Just like many of the other trails on the Carolina Thread Trail, they've been adding to these trails. They're constantly updating and adding to them, and so that's what we found out on this one here. I'm going to give you first what they say is on the website, and then I'm going to show you some of the extensions that's on this thing. If you look here, I'm just going to take my mouse right here where you see my mouse at. This is where you'll enter at. This is at the Weddington Road entrance. You'll see a fire department over to your left-hand side when you pull in, and then the park is going to be over to the right. Now you can enter here. This is where they say you can enter in at. Now this is a big dog park. I mean, a huge dog park. I mean, it is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. But they got it kind of cordoned off with small dogs, medium-sized dogs, and then they give the pounds, that the type of dogs need to be. And but it is really an amazing place to behold, to see it. And so, but it's a huge place for dogs to run in, and the fences are quite high. I want to say they're at least maybe 6-7 feet high. And so I was really impressed with this. And so there's a restroom area in it. And so, but you start here, and then you go down Weddington Road. If you see my mouse, you'll go down Weddington Road, and then you'll end up at Embassy Suites at this parking lot, huge parking lot. Now you can also park here and then go this way and then double back. And they're saying that this is a mile. Okay, now what Sandra and I did is when we got here, I'm going to bring you back. This is that parking lot area, that big area where the dog park is. We, when I was reading it and it said it started behind the dog park, we went down there and we saw where the trail, or a trail, actually started going behind the dog park and the fire department and kept going. And what happens is you're going to see this on the video. This is what's always good about me showing the video. I want you to see what we saw. And so that way, when you're on the trail, you can say, oh yeah, this is where Donnie was talking about. And please feel free to download this video and keep it. Put it on your phone or something like that if you want to do it that way. But at any rate, it's going to split. You're going to see a trail going this way, and then you're going to see a trail going this way. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go right. If you go left, it's going to continue on. It's going to bring you back. I'm assuming it's going to bring you right back over to the fire station because it heads in that direction. But what happens here, you're just going to go to the right, and it's going to continue on. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful trail. And it's going to continue on, and you're going to go all the way to this housing development. It's actually going to lead you to Clover Road. Clover Road is where it's going to, in this picture right here, that's where it's going to end up at. And so we saw several people that did not take it all the way to the end. At least when I questioned them about how far it went, I think they went, what you're going to do is when you get around to this area right here where you see my mouse at, you're going to see an observation deck area. That's what you're going to see. A lot of people, it seems like they went just this far here and stopped. As soon as they saw the housing development up there, they just figured it just didn't go any further, which they were correct. But the trail does go all the way up to the actual housing development, Clover Road. You'll actually see this column here. And so, but you'll see an observation deck, and then what you're going to do is just double right on back. And so that's what we did. We doubled right on back, and then we got to the parking lot, and then we got on the Weddington Road Trail that is on the website, and we took it all the way to Embassy Suites. Now, if I would have had to gone over again, I would park at the Embassy Suites and then go all the way, take the trail all the way over to the housing development, and then come all the way back. And so now, as far as the length of the trail, I'm going to say, personally I think it's more like 4 to 5 miles total that way. Sandra swears it could be upwards of 6. I personally think it's probably more safe to say you're probably looking at 4 to 5 miles. Again, though, she was going by an app she had on her phone which tracks your steps, and she was swearing that we did more like 6 miles. And so, but I don't know if some of you have the availability of more a better way of tracking that. Let me know, put it in the comment section. But what you're going to see is these you'll see these little markers here on the pavement, and so those are either quarter mile or half mile markers. I'm not for sure, I can't remember right offhand, but you will see those along the trail, and you'll also see these location things in case you have an emergency. You can tell 911 exactly where you're at. These are absolutely fantastic. Also, let me point out too that I would hike this trail with a partner. It's pretty secluded. When you get out and towards here, it's pretty secluded. Even though there's people that are walking this trail, I personally, would take somebody with me if you were, if you're not used to hiking on these trails, it's just better to have a partner with you. But I also want to show you this area here. This is that area right before you get to the that housing development. This is what you're going to see. You're going to know you're in this area. When you're in this area here, just keep right on going, and this path right here that you see my mouse on is going to take you straight up to Clover Road. You will see that. But this is a neat little observation area that you can see there. Also, whenever you go back to the dog park, or you start off at the dog park, whenever you get on Weddington Road, you're going to go over a bridge. You're going to see that on the video, and you're going to see a old cemetery that's going to be right here. You're going to see that on the video, and so take note of that. It's really interesting. I'm not going to go any more into that. You'll see that on the video. I give you all the information on that, and so I'll point that out, and we go through the grave sites and stuff like that. But take note of this. This is a little historical area right here, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy that. Also, when you continue on Weddington Road, you're going to, like I said, the path is very well marked. You'll know where you're going, but continue on. You'll see a Starbucks over on the right-hand side, and that's where Sandra and I, on our way back from this hike, we stopped here and had ourselves a cup of coffee, and that's where I end the video at. But you just keep on, and you'll see these wetlands here. Absolutely breathtaking. It's absolutely just a massive area, and so I think that's just so neat to see places like this in a city. It's just incredible to see this. And so, but there is a park bench over in this area right here that you'll see, and you can sit there and view it. And we saw geese and all types of wildlife in this area. But it just continues on, and then this is where Embassy Suites at. This is where that parking lot is, and you'll see this area right here in that parking lot. And so, but guys, let's go ahead and let you see the video, and so you can see what we saw. Okay, Santa and I ran across this cemetery right along the side of the thread trail here. This is going to be on the outside where the road is. And what we found is that this is not the original location of the cemetery. This is the McClure Cemetery. And it says here, the original community cemetery was located approximately 725 feet southwest of this site. It was relocated in August of 1997. And so, have you been able to see any dates?
Yeah. Let's see. 1825, 1837, 1874. Some of those I can't read. Or all 18 something, it looks like.
Is it 1803?
Yeah, they were born in 1803.
It died, Thomas Galway. I think it would be Galloway, but it's Galway. Died July 25th, 1803. He was age 53.
I wonder if that's a typo because all the rest of them are Galloway.
It could
Maybe
be. It looks, actually, it looked like he ran out of space.
Yeah, they ran out
And
of
so
space.
he just said, you know what? That probably nobody's going to notice anyway. And so, but 1803 he died.
This woman died in 1834 and then had an infant daughter buried. And there's some flowers that's been laid like recently on all of these, like fresh flowers.
This one here, I can't even tell. I can barely see the writing. But I would be willing to bet you're probably looking at 1800.
Yeah, this one's 1819.
1819. This one here, here's another one. Ah, God.
1805.
1805.
They were 70, does that say 79 or 72?
It looks like 72 years old.
Wow.
And then, this one's 1802.
He died at 35. I wonder if he's the husband of this woman. That's Elizabeth Meek and Samuel Meek.
Yeah, 1802. So this one right here would be the oldest one. Unless, like I said, we can't tell what this one is over here. But at any rate, guys, some of the unique historical things that you'll see along these thread trails.
And it doesn't look like it belongs, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's just, and I have actually seen other grave sites like this. Salisbury's got one. I forget where it's at. It's near Hoorah Street, or West Hoorah Street. They found some graves that was in the woods, and they just kind of cordoned it off and didn't mess with it. But it's really neat to see some of this stuff. So, like, again, this is not the original location. It was about 725 feet. What does that say? Southwest or southeast of this? Southwest. And so, but still neat. I guess they had to move it for what they were doing.
Maybe because,
they were probably, digging out whatever pipes and stuff like that, so they had to do that. But at least they did it, and they did cordon it off. It's still in the general location of where it was. All right, we're gonna get back on the trail. right, folks, from here we decided to stop and get a Starbucks coffee at the end of the trail, and this is not far from the Embassy Suites. And so from here we got about a little less than a mile to get back to the parking lot where we started at. But for the most part, if you start at the Embassy Suites, you're looking at about 6 miles if you do the hike and then come all the way back. And so but it's a good hike. It's a good hike, lots to see. And but I hope you guys look forward to the other videos. Take care.